All right, folks, here we go. ATS.io. Brian Blessing, glad to be with you. We're talking about Sunday Night Football. Interesting game. Minnesota's at Seattle. Now, the advanced number that was hung at the Superbook over at the Westgate for this game was Seattle 9.5. Well, based on the result of Sunday, you see the reaction. That number's down to Seattle, a 7.5-point favorite. The total in the game is 58 because Minnesota's off the schneid. They get a win on the road. They beat Houston, that battle of 0-3 teams, that they get the W. But all of a sudden now, Cousins maybe has found something offensively with Justin Jefferson opposite of Adam Thielen. Cook and Madison, an incredible running back tandem for the Vikings. So what had looked like a dumpster fire, the emergence of Jefferson, who finally they found someone to at least put a Band-Aid on the head wound of Stephon Diggs wasn't there anymore. Now Minnesota's offense looks a lot more serviceable. As for Seattle, listen, don't sleep on them flying cross-country as far as you can go from Seattle to Miami and getting a W against the Dolphins, who played pretty hard in that game. Russell Wilson, he didn't go bananas, but he was really good. The best news for Seattle in that game was Chris Carson, who had the injury, looked like he might be out for a while. He was able to come back in, make it back in 1 week's time and play extremely effectively. But the weapons they've got with Metcalf and Lockett and the tight ends, Olsen and Disley, are really reliable. And they got the young kid, Swain. And Russell Wilson is just such a spectacular player that even in a game where he didn't have to go light it up, they very efficiently in workmanlike fashion brought a W all the way home. Good for them. They get a little extra rest that it's a Sunday night game. But the total of 58, I don't know. I can see that total actually going up. This has track meet written all over it as Minnesota's offense is finally starting to get going a little bit here. And the Seattle secondary is just a disaster. They're an absolute mash unit. So I think the Vikings are going to have their say and do some damage here with their offense. And we know Russell Wilson, just of his own accord, even if it's just running around making up plays, which he had to do, by the way, in the Miami game because they had communications problems where for a stretch he had to call his own plays out there. He's that good. But I think it's a fun game. The total's ridiculously high at 58. It may not be high enough. I think you're looking at a track meet on Sunday Night Football when Minnesota heads to the Great Northwest to take on Seattle. Love being with you right here, ATS.io. Always invite you to check out Adam Burke's podcast. I join him each and every Tuesday. He's got great information for you all week long right here at ATS.io.